All right, welcome back to Viking Author Reactions. I know that this is a few days old, but I've been working. Have not had the ability to take a chance to look at it. It's Tom MacDonald. Sometimes I really like his stuff, and sometimes it's not my favorite. So I don't really know what this song is about. I haven't done any research on it. So don't look down. I don't know what this is about. I'm pretty excited to get into it. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. Yeah, I'm excited to delve into this. We'll take it a bit at a time and just see what my thoughts are.
I can't hide my frown, my smile is hiding from my mouth.
So this is interesting already. First of all, he's got the black eyes, which he's done in other videos, but it gives it a very darker, demonic look. And immediately, this is looking like a depression song, and I suffer from some depression issues. This week has been particularly difficult for me. I've had a really hard time, and it's been a hard week. And I don't know who all had that as an issue in their life, that they're struggling with depression, but this song may be difficult for me this week. Let's see what this does. Let's go back just a little bit here.
My smile is hiding from my mouth. I can't lie, my mind keeps finding time to fight myself. I dive so deep inside, feel like I died and I'm in hell. Or I'm so high, my eyes can't see the ground beneath the clouds. Don't look down.
So this is a very deep already. A lot of what he says is so accurate that especially if you struggle with dark thoughts, one dark thought makes the next dark thought more obtainable, and then you're at that dark thought and you're a little deeper, and then the next dark thought is more obtainable, and before you realize it, you're thinking about things that, if somebody was to say, hey, would you think about this, you'd be like, I'd never think about that. But it doesn't take very long for that to trip you up and for you to start sliding down to where your thoughts are, where you normally would never imagine that they could be. So I very much feel that. I feel what he's saying in this. We're going to go back a little bit.
My eyes can't see the ground beneath the clouds. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a meteoric rise, keep ignoring all the horror stories like so-and-so got way too famous and ended up killing himself with some pills and a knife. Ayy, I am not the one who's gonna self-destruct, got it out the mud. I can way too far to fail or screw it up. I ain't dropping balls, I just blew them up. Ayy, I will never let my mental illness be the cause of my downfall. I will never lie to none of my fans. If I did, it would sound wrong. I will never try convincing you dummies this isn't a town hall. Never look down, never look down. Just look around, y'all. Hey, all of my demons are here. All I can feel is fear. All I can do is keep being myself, and that's what I've been doing for 32 years. All of my haters came out, chasing my name for some clout. What are they angry about? They're climbing as high as their ladders can take them and screaming my name, but I don't look down.
So he's talking about climbing above his demons, I think, or at least that's what I'm taking from it. Is that that's hard to do if you are struggling. For me, it's easy for me to fall down, and it's hard for me to get back out. It's hard for me to climb up above to where I feel like I could even look down. It's an interesting, it's an interesting thought.
Clout. What are they angry about? They're climbing as high as their ladders can take them and screaming my name, but I don't look down. Hi.
So what I take from that, which is something I really need to work on myself, is that the demons inside you, or the thoughts in your mind, like I was saying earlier, they want to pull you down and help you slip a little deeper. Um, and he's talking about not listening to those voices or those thoughts when they're calling at you. Don't look down at them. Don't acknowledge that they're there, because they can't pull you down if you don't give them that power. It's a very good. It's difficult, but it's a very good thought.
My name, but I don't look down. Hi guys, remember me? I'm the white guy. Everybody wanted to cancel. Nice try. Too sick on my die right. Two fists full of middle fingers. I got no time for high fives. Too rich for a drive-by. Pay the pilot on my private jet to keep it low and do a flyby. Take 9 knives on a bike ride. Why 9? Cause I heard that a has 9 lives. I'm the one that y'all hated. I'm the one who won the game, got paid and famous. I'm the one who laughed in all their faces and became the greatest since old Slim Shady. I'm the one who don't care. I'm the one who goes where no one goes cause they're scared. I'm the one who don't choke when the boat don't float. My throat gets no air. I can barely breathe all the air I need. Oxygen is very thin at the top. I can rarely sleep. Stars I'm underneath. Shining too bright and I can't turn them off. I'm high as the birds now. Flying too close to.
So I gotta move it off of that. That's not my favorite graphic to stop at. There we go. That's not a whole lot better. Uh, some of what he's saying is really just really only applicable to him. Like, he's saying that he's climbed above, which he has climbed above a lot of the people that have been trying to pull him down. But this is kind of this verse is some of the things in rap that it's not my favorite in music. It's not very relatable, and it's more of a look how great I am, look at how good I am, look at all the things that I've accomplished and done. And I don't know, I don't love that. Look at all the money I've got. I don't care how much money you have. Like I really don't care. I don't I don't like anybody because they're super rich or they've done a bunch of things. I like if they do something that I can relate to and it makes me feel good in my life, then I like that. So this last verse, not really my favorite.
I'm high as the birds now. Flying too close to the sun, gotta burn. Wow, I've been turning up and I ain't turning down. Maybe I should chill, but I ain't learning how. Hey, I'm not afraid of success. I'm afraid of what happens if I take a rest. I'm afraid that I'll end up where I.
That's a good point. Um, there's a lot to be said for people. You relate that to like a game, and some people will call it running up the score. Other people will call it not giving up or not letting up. Because when you start to let up, you when the things that you're winning at, you look, you let up, and then before too long comes around, you're not winning anymore, and you've lost a step. So I think that's relatable in most aspects of life, that you have to keep pushing. And when you feel like you've achieved a goal, if you don't set another one, that's the last goal that you'll ever meet, right?
I was before in the hood with no money or food for the rent. I'm scared if I look at the water, I'll drown. So I look at the sky and deny there's a ground. I'm not scared of the altitude up in the clouds. I'm scared of the fall, so I don't look down.
I think that that's an important thing. I think Eminem does the same thing. I think that he's still pushing, even though uh, I don't know that there's a whole lot left he really needs to prove to anyone. He's done a lot, but he still pushes and is still doing things because he doesn't want to think that he's done it all. That he's still pushing. So I see that, and I try to do that in life as well.
You, every single one of you. I can't even see you because I don't look down. 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 I can't hide my tears. I dry my eyes and more come out. I can't lie. My fear is suicide, not bank accounts. Keep my chin up, but my head weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. Feels like my neck might break. I hear it crack. Ignore the sound. Don't look down. Don't look down.
This is an interesting thing. I don't understand not being in his life or his shoes, and I think it's a difficult thing for people to think about, because half of the song is talking about how I've accomplished this much and I've accomplished this much and I'm so far above everybody and I've done all these things and I'm rich and I have money, and but he's still fighting depression and he's still fighting thoughts that haunt him in the night. And it's easy for us to just go, well, what problems do you have? Like how bad can people say they don't like you? Oh. So it's interesting. You always think, well, if I just had $10 million, all my problems would vanish. But that's not a consistent. I mean, a lot of the problems that I have would be gone, but that doesn't mean that new problems wouldn't come up. So uh, I think it's a good thing to center yourself in your life, that we set our aspirations for certain things and assume that if we were to achieve those things, that all of our problems would vanish. A song like this lets you see that depression or some of the problems that you struggle with, they don't go away with the solution that you personally think would solve it. So it's a very interesting thought. I think to myself, you've got, millions of dollars at this point. You're talking about how successful you are, what problems do you have, and then you realize that just because he has acquired wealth and some success, it doesn't mean that he's still not human, and there are things that he still has insecurities about because he's human. So I think it helps to put perspective in my life anyway, that when I feel like I'm not doing as well as I should, if I was just to say have the things that I think would make it better, that doesn't necessarily mean that it would be better. I think it's about controlling the depression and the triggers for it, because sometimes the solution that you think is gonna help uh, isn't gonna be the end all.
I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a legendary climb, stand on the edge of the legend, it's very high. Think of the men who are dead, cause it got to their head, it ain't cemetery time. I ain't the one who gon' throw it away, cause I'm feeling too lonely up here. I ain't the guy who gon' break from the pressure, it's snowy, my pipes are not frozen up here. I don't wanna hear about these YouTube rappers. I am not in that bracket, punk. Billboard plaques all stacked in my mansion. A million cash for my taxes, punk. Call me trash while I produce anthems. Y'all attacking with plastic guns. I'm the biggest independent rapper in the world. You just live on my planet, punk. Got an acid tongue and massive lungs. Every single track I've done is packed a punch. Used to be.
He's accurate. I mean, I don't know of anybody else in an independent forum that has done anything like he has done. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I can see where he's coming from on some of this. It doesn't, not necessarily, again, not loving this verse myself, but I can see where his points are.
An addict, yup. I crashed a truck in Canada. Going too fast, blackout drunk. I was nice at the start, but the mood all changed. The reactors who trash me for views are lame. Don't ask me to help you, remove no claims. If I see you punks, you go lose your chains. I am the one who they all call a liar. When I told them that I'd help my mom retire, they thought that I'd buy a new crib and a chain and a ring and a whip and some rims for the tires. Guess what? Mom don't work. Sent 100 grand in an LV purse. Made an album with Nova and Brandon. They own half the masters. I told them the fam comes first. Still got the pills that the doctor gave me to combat.
That's a big thing. I think that whether you like Tom MacDonald or you do not like Tom MacDonald, I I personally really admire his character. I like that he is brave enough to say the things that are important to him, regardless of how society is going to take that. Like it or don't like it, he is a very brave man, and he stands for what he is, and I think that that's a good thing. And his loyalty to his family speaks a lot to his moral character, and that's something that I can admire huge. And typically that's a hard thing to find in an artist. Sometimes you really like their music and then they start opening their mouth and they're just so far from where you are, wherever that happens to be for you, whether you're on one side and they're saying things you're like, oh, I really have a hard time with that, or they're on the other side and they're saying, it's hard to relate to somebody. But I really can respect him as a person. So I enjoy that aspect, that he's taking care of his family, and he's trying to keep himself grounded and centered.
and the panic attacks. I'm the type of person who won't even take a Tylenol, even when I got a dozen knives in my bag. They're calling me whack, but I don't react. I don't have time to write raps, replying to trash. All me, the whole team, yeah, they trying to cap. I'm concrete, but my demons hide in the cracks. I'm the one. I ain't bought liquor for months, and you're lucky I'm sober. I'm nuts when I'm drunk, mix the whiskey with soda. The man I become would invite you all over, put drugs in your punch. When you pass out, I'll wrap you in plastic and hit you with hammers and flatten your skull till it's crushed. I don't name names, I don't play games. I just aim, spray, and throw out the guns. The rappers who hate act like family now. They try to jack my style like some hand-me-downs. They want 1,000,000 views, I want a Grammy now. And the closest they'll come is they Grammy's house. I don't even drink, but I'm
It's a very interesting point that he's making. And people can be so self-centered, and so a lot of the people that were trying to tear him down are now trying to, like, well, he made it, so I guess I just need to join his team and jump on his side and see what he can do to help me out. um, and it's interesting how somebody said that if you're ever going to uh, you know accomplish anything, there will be people who said that you'll never make it, who will also be telling people how they first knew you. Um, and it's an interesting dynamic how people try so hard to tear people down because they think, I don't know if it's just they think that they'll be able to rise better themselves, or they just naturally like pulling people down. But it's an interesting dynamic that he's talking about.
views, I want a Grammy now. And the closest they'll come is they Grammy's house. I don't even drink, but I'm planning how I can make a brewery in a massive house to give free booze out to these rapping clowns, and they can die using that to wash Zannies down. I'm the most successful guy to hold a pencil. I've been great for so long. I'm bored of flexing. I became a machine made of iron. Check inside, peel the skin off, and let the metal shine. I've been the
I don't know if I agree with that though. He's the most successful. Uh, I would say that he's done very well for himself, but I think there are a lot of rappers, I've probably even like mumble rappers even that don't know how to write coherent lyrics that have done well. So I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I think that a lot of the things that he's written has been really well done, but that was a little bit of a rough statement there for me.
check inside, peel the skin off, and let the metal shine. I've been the greatest for so long, it feels normal for me to be special. So much clout, I can buy back the souls of these rappers that sold them for cash to the devil. Why is everybody always talking, criticizing how I'm doing it my way? If I'm so trash, why don't y'all release your videos on a Friday? Because that's my day. Comparing our numbers, you cook like some fried eggs. Like white legs, you only get views if you say my name. Angry I'm famous and not a great rapper, and you've been working stupid hard. I don't have to rap fast to impress all my fans. I am a superstar! Man, I'm built for this, I kill for this. Never get back all the blood that I spilled for this. I'm at the top, I don't even seem high enough. I need a couple more hills and some stilts for this. Hey, there ain't nobody around. The top of the mountain, I scream and I shout. Nobody up here but me is allowed. The VIP section is deep in the clouds. Go ahead and call me a clown, cause I cannot hear it. Your sky is my ground. To look me in the eye, you'd have to reach the summit. I won't see you coming, I don't look down. If I stepped on glass and my feet on fire, my toes turn black and my shoes melt off and my bones touch ground, I will not look back, I cannot look down. I don't care about how hard it gets, I gotta be the fire in the dark, I guess. I got a beating heart inside an iron chest. If they're sleeping on me, I ain't trying to rest. Hope they die in their sleep while I climb to the peak and their eyes never see all the heights that I reach. I deserve it cause I took the stairs to the moon. I might die from exhaustion, but I like the view. I'm higher than planets. The average person would die from the temperature. Bodies are burning, the oxygen needed for life is inadequate. I hold my breath until I'm turning purple. All my life all you did was doubt, and now my success gon' kill you now. Wish I could see him put you in the ground, but as bad as I want to, I'll never look down. You don't get it still. I am the one. You don't have to admit it to yourself. You don't have to admit it. Don't look down. You don't have to tell the whole world that when you look at me, you have to look up to me. And I
This feels very much like a WWE like monologue gearing up for Super Saturdays, you know.
don't look down. Don't look down. Everybody, please keep on talking. I am a superstar.
So, Uh, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts. I think that there are a lot of good things to pull from this video. Overall, though, I don't know that that's my favorite. Um, I agree that he has done a lot of really remarkable things, and I like a lot of what he writes. I obviously don't agree with everything that he writes, but I feel like, I mean, there's a lot to be said for saying "I told you so" to people who swore that you'd never be anything, and I understand that. And I actually think that, like, I like that. So I think there's a certain amount of leeway there when you're like, well, yeah, I mean, look at all the people that have, because he has had a lot of people really, really try to cancel him and tear him down, and I understand that "I told you so." But he is also at the same time standing on this, trying to stand on this pillar and just screaming that I am the absolute best, and look at me, and you have to look up to me. And I feel like if you have to say it, it doesn't count. Kind of like the new Captain America, right? If you have to tell people that you're Captain America, you're really not actually Captain America. So, I mean, if you have to scream "I am the greatest" long enough, you probably really aren't the greatest. Other people, the best way I can put it, I don't watch basketball anymore. I used to. In the 90s, I watched a lot of basketball. Uh, it got way too, and maybe it's better now. I have probably haven't watched a game of basketball since probably like 2002 or 2003. But it just got so dramatic, and just, something small would happen and you've got these guys that are getting paid millions of dollars will collapse on the floor and have to be carried off. Why? Well, I tripped on my shoelace and I'm hurt really bad. Uh, it's so dramatic. I just can't handle it. Um, but you've got a guy like LeBron James. I've never watched him play a game of basketball in my life. I have no idea. I know that he's won a bunch of championships. But there's this new generation that's comparing him to Michael Jordan and saying he's the best. And uh, I've seen I've seen the numbers. This is going to be a trigger. If you think LeBron's the best, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not even saying that Jordan's the best. I believe that Jordan was the best player to ever touch the ball, to ever play the game. I think he was the best. But I don't even know if he thinks that. There were a lot of really great players like Wilt Chamberlain. There's just a lot like Larry. There's a lot of really, really amazing players, but you'll never hear the Wilt Chamberlains, the Michael Jordans. They never say I'm the best basketball player. They say I don't know. All of them have said that except for you've got this LeBron James character. I'm the best basketball player in the world. If you've got to say it, you're not. If you feel like that's something you need to pronounce to the world, you're just really trying to convince yourself. If it was true, you wouldn't have to say it. So, I don't know. Overall, I like that he is able to uh continually fight against his depression, which is important. That's something that I definitely struggle with. I like that there's a lot of parallels that I can draw from this. The biggest one, the biggest takeaway that I have is that we commonly think that money will solve our issues and our depression problems will vanish if we just had enough money, because all of our problems, or at least my problems, can surround things like that. So it's good to remind yourself, or to keep yourself centered, that the money isn't going to solve your problems. It might solve the problems you currently have, but clearly there are other problems come in to fill those voids, because we're human. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Not my favorite song. It wasn't super catchy. Some of the lyrics were good. Some of them just weren't my favorite. Let me know what you thought. Overall, I really like Tom McDonald. I think he's a good guy. I think he does a lot of good things. But yeah, I don't know if that's my favorite of the videos. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I will be doing some more videos probably later today, and I have some that I've already recorded that I need to still release. So I will get to that. I've just been super busy. Um, Let me know in the comment section what you think. I'd like to know which one's your favorite video that Tom has done. Um, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. But mine's the one. Again, it has to deal with depression and fighting your demons. But it's the one where he's like, I think it's best rapper ever. I think is the name of the song. That's the one that I like the most, and it's because of him, facing his demons and having the confidence to overcome those struggles. So that's the one that speaks to me the most. Which one speaks to you the most? That's something I'd like to know. So in the comment section, let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you so much. If you liked the video, hit the like, subscribe. We don't do exclusively any one topic or item, do a lot of everything. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.